self-service? Is self-service BI a myth? Now, I think we've all seen, software vendors coming around and selling us some self-service. And they always come through, they show you great visualizations, they tell us how easy it is, anybody can do it, drag or drop, you can slice and dice, click, and you are done. But in reality, if we think about this is sold to our business users, and business users within organizations love it. But what about next? The business users usually go forward, they buy into this concept, and they are in on self-service. But what didn't they tell your end users or your business users? Or what did they not tell business? They usually neglect to kind of mention that, you would obviously need all those ingestion layers, but let's assume your organization has it. But they forget to also mention that your organization will use some sort of database methodology, whether it be Ralph Kimball or third normal form or something. And that kind of means that they would need to know how to go in and join facts and dimensions and kind of get a view to be able to start self-service. So already there we're kind of saying to end users, before you can even, use your data, whether it's, internal or external, you got to kind of know how to combine all this together to get some sort of value. So they're already, we're assuming there's some sort of technical knowledge from the business users. And then let's take it a step further. In reality, if we're going to really get a true view, because let's be honest, business doesn't just one view. They'll want to know what's their total sales and what is the information linked in their CRM as an example from a customer perspective. And of all the sales, how we're doing from payments, have they been paid? So again, then it starts getting a little bit more complicated and you start needing 3 separate sets of data that you need to join together. And then guys, let's not forget about the cloud. We were sold that cloud's going to make life easier. So, just having data somewhere else in the cloud, come on, it should make it easier to get all 3 sets together. So I think, just illustrating this, we can see that, this starts to give us an end result where we've obviously got a lot of data flowing on the one side from an IT perspective, and then business that really just wants to focus on visualization analysis and really be able to get that out, what data we have so that we can monetize, or if we are going to monetize it, how are we going to make it visible, if we're going to make it visible, within your own organization. And this is kind of your end result where there's a constant push and pull and trying to meet requirements from that rather than being able to truly have self-service or really share that data available in your organization. So what is that missing link? Let's think about this. At the end of the day, you got your business users. They just want to get a report out. They're not worried actually about the intricacies below, whether it's a database system, whether you're using big data apps. They just are worried about the data or getting a result out, preferably. So really what they need at the end of the day is a pane of glass. A glass which kind of just shows this is all the data that you've got available in your organization. You don't have to worry about joining tables. If you want your total sales and all that information, there should just be something, a model already or something that they can just see all of that already and it has all that information combined. And that thin pane of glass, we refer to as data virtualization. You can also refer to it as a type of semantic layer. But really at the end of the day, you need a layer that combines all of that data from multiple systems and really have that thin pane of glass. But also once you've got that in there, it needs to be available to multiple BI solutions, to multiple methods, even via APIs. A lot of times we develop solutions and we usually contain to one BI solution. We go into large organizations and you'll see they'll have 3 or 4 BI solutions and 3 or 4 different teams using that. And again, that creates Chinese walls, again, for data. Whereas if you had a thin pane of glass and anyone could connect with any BI tool of their choice and the data isn't federated into these silos, or that same data that you report in your organization, you can make it available by APIs and actually start monetizing those APIs by saying, for every request against it with specific username and password, we will expose a certain amount of data, but again, you're paying for that type of access. Or again, if you're just sharing on a portal where again, some sort of subscription is needed, again, we're controlling again that it's accessed and it's visible as an example. So what do the experts say? Do the experts agree? Is it just me giving you this information? And we can see from Forrester, they kind of come to the same conclusion and kind of saying that data virtualization is definitely something that is becoming more and more popular, because when we go into large organizations, you are going to find organizations that have databases. They will have a big data solution, whether it be a data lake in the cloud, on the premise in the form of Hadoop. They will have NoSQL. They will have enterprise data warehouses. They will have other cloud source systems. Yet it's all federated and they will be moving data up and down and you don't have that single pane of glass. And let's be honest, there's always that EDW that many organizations want to create for the whole organization and they never really get it right. You always end up with 2 or 3 EDWs, especially if you're a large organization. The small organizations in many times can achieve this, but the larger organization, one way or another, you're going to usually have these multiple silos, and you need that thin glass to access all your data. And that's where data virtualization comes in. And again, let's look at Gartner. We always got to have a second opinion. We can't just take it as a first opinion. And again, from a second opinion, we can see again this thin layer here that we refer to with the red little dots around it, where we again talking about access or virtualization or way to federate the data so that users have access to it, where you can serve a whole bunch of solutions, but they don't have to worry about the underlying data, but also that thin layer also provides the data in business terminology. And becomes kind of a library of data, really, for the organization, and they don't need to worry about the underneath platforms. All right. So, from a data virtualization perspective, this is something that we've been working on as iOCO all together, and we've created our own solution that really comes with a whole bunch of accelerators on top, whether it be for traditional ERP systems like SAP or cloud or AI accelerators. We've built that on the top there, and we've provided a data virtualization platform that we can provide to our customers. And again, we can connect to a whole bunch of sources. And in addition to sources, we've obviously got a credit bureau data that we can make available also. And again, another form of data monetization.